All right, cool. So we're on the air. Welcome to this first session of Shadow of the Broker, and it is the Mists of Myrkr. And so I wasn't able to get the Star Wars crawl set up, having some technical difficulties. So what I'll do instead is I'll read it as I play the music. So 1 second, and hopefully it's not too loud. Okay. While in Coronet, the capital of Corellia, a contract comes your way. The infamous broker has an interest in two species found on the forest planet of Myrkr, the Vornskir and the Asalamiri. The coevolution of predator and prey created unique adaptations with regard to the force. The acquisition of a mated pair of each would be rewarded quite well. Unfortunately, the Zan Consortium has already made inroads on the planet. Conflict with the notorious criminal syndicate is almost assured. All right, so you guys are in Coronet, the capital of Corellia, and basically you have spoken with the broker, but he's not really giving you a lot of information up front. He or she is pretty confident that you guys are capable, so let me know what you guys want to do. Oh, sorry, I forgot one major detail. One of your contacts is a Solonian scientist by the name of Dr. Moronia.
Well, I guess we might as well go visit the dear doctor.
And how would you... Oh, you know what? Sorry. Once again, I knew I'd forget something. Everyone, if you can do me a favor and roll a force point, we have to do the destiny points pool.
Lovely.
Okay, wow.
All the fun for you.
Wow.
Not with
No
us.
way, that's crazy. Okay, so that's...
Oh, this is going to be fun.
3.
Let's just pack it in now, guys. Try again next week.
All right, that's 5 dark side points. Okay. And then also I need to roll for your resources here real quick, so bear with me. All right, so first up is obligation. And I'm actually going to do that in the standard roll20, so roll 1d100. Okay, 47.
Yes.
What does that give us? Nope, no obligation is triggered, so you guys are fine. So now we go to duty, and we'll do...
Yes? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so 48 for duty, and I think that is too high. So yep, no one trips duty, and then for morality for Shanti. Just kind of a weird roll. You do 1d100, but it's only if it matches the 100 here. But...
Hello.
Hey there. All right, 71. So the duty or morality is not triggered either. So no resources are triggered there. All right, so you guys are searching for a Solonian doctor, and if you all can give me just a simple knowledge check. It could be knowledge core worlds or knowledge education.
Any difficulty or just...
Simple means one. I'll actually... You're right, I should just say just 1 purple.
Great.
For difficulty. Okay,
So now we can roll
so...
that force dice.
Yeah, sorry about that force dice.
Oh, no worries. All right, so Balkan immediately knows that this is Corellia, and Corellia is a system with 5 habitable planets, and there are 3 sentient species that are native to the system. Humans, Corellian humans specifically, Drawl, which Balkan is one of, and Solonians, which are a Mustaline, aka weasel-like sentient race. And so, you know that fact, and if you guys can give me a 2 difficulty knowledge, core, xenology, or education check.
Balkan knows all.
All right, so Balkan, I mean, this isn't like very difficult at all, but in Coronet, there is actually a neighborhood called Salonia Town, and known as Downtown for the rest of the inhabitants, which actually I'll read the short blurb about it. Deep beneath Coronet's subway and sewer systems lay the labyrinthine Solonian tunnels, a vast metropolis in its own right. It's here that the majority of Solonians who live and work on Corellia make their homes, often referred to as downtown by the more droll residents of Coronet. Salonia Town was built over the course of many centuries by Solonian immigrants who traveled to Corellia for work in the Corellian engineering shipyards. So you've got a pretty good idea that that is where the good Solonian doctor is. And Nate, can you say something right now? I'm not sure if I could hear you.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
So I'm assuming you guys are heading to downtown. Anything you want to do before then, or?
Can we look up with like a phone book or something where if he has like his office listed or something?
She.
Yeah,
sure. Actually, you won't even have to roll for that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she is unlisted. You do see a lot of Maronias, though. It looks like it's a very common Solonian name, but no doctors, actually.
Did the broker actually give us the planet or just the contact?
The broker gave you the contact.
Okay. So, yeah. I say we just
Can I use my internet skills to look her up through the planetary network?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a 3 difficulty check, though, because it looks like she likes to stay a little bit under the radar.
All right. Nice.
Oh, I didn't see the result. Did you roll?
Yeah.
I did.
2 successes, advantage, and a
2
triumph.
successes, an advantage, and a triumph.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, her dossier pulls up. You know that she is connected with the Zan Consortium. It looks like, for whatever reason, her most recent employment with them was terminated, but it doesn't say the reasons for it, but you do know that she has connections with it, but you're not quite sure. It doesn't really give an indication of whether or not she has positive or negative connections with them, but she is known to the Zan Consortium, and yeah. And she was a former biologist with them, xenobiologist.
So Sean tells the rest of the group, it looks like she was fired by the Zan Consortium just a little while ago. I can't tell exactly how long, but she was working for them, and I have her address right here. And he kind of pulls his computer screen towards them, and or actually he's holding his data pad, and he kind of shoves his data pad kind of at everybody's face.
So no address actually pops up, but several facts do come up, and you learn that she actually was a member of Alcoholics Anonymous, but she was kicked out of that as well.
Someone fell off the train.
Do I know where her last meeting was?
You don't, but you do know the location of several cantinas in downtown.
Okay. So Sean pulls his data pad around and kind of shows everybody. She's kind of been around this area. She's kind of been she's kind of on the sauce. She's a reformed. She used to be a drinker, but now she's kind of getting away from that. But there's a few cantinas around this area that I think she probably lives nearby because I know she's been seen there.
Let's go knock on some doors.
Probably means she went back to drinking.
That's correct.
So the cantinas would probably actually be the best place to find her.
Let's start looking.
Let's hit the bars, gentlemen.
All right, so you guys start traveling through downtown, and you definitely notice that humans are in the minority here. It is overwhelmingly Solonian, but no one's really giving you the stink eye. Maybe one or two of the Solonians. There are very few draw here, but you do see one or two. So I mean, it's not unknown. It's Corellia is a very multicultural system. So it's not completely one race or the other in most places. And you see a large cantina with a sign in BASIC that reads the River Den.
This seems like a good first place to look.
All right, so I'm going to move you guys over to the River Den, and I do apologize if this doesn't work out quite as smoothly as it should, but one moment. Okay, can you guys see a new map?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And you might need to zoom out just a little bit. And let's see here.
Yep. Zooming out helped quite a bit.
All right. Your tokens should be there. And and also too, once again, another thing that I skipped. Geez, I'm messing up all over the place as a GM today. You guys should probably introduce yourselves to each other. So let's say, Balkan, you go first.
Well, I am Balkan Uppen. I am a draw scientist, leagues above what you might think as an average draw scientist. I invented the things that caught the eyes of less than reputable parties, and after working with them quite a bit, I found my former employer dead and a lot of other people wanting my glorious brain. So I decided to start scampering about the galaxy, but eventually, a trigger has to be pulled. So I ran across the rebellion, and, it's been quite a mutual relationship. I give them my intellect, they give me people with guns to shoot people who would want to capture me.
All right, well done. And Jokin?
So I come from a family with a long history of a family business in inter-system trading, so all within the Corellian system, but not so much in between. And I started kind of moving towards the rebellion. I'm pretty new there, but I feel that I feel the cause very strongly, so I feel the need to help bring in others, and also looking for opportunities to increase the equipment available to the resistance fighters.
All right, cool. And is it Octrum? Kevin, is that you? Okay.
Yes, sounds like me. I'm Octrum. I am a Bothan saboteur. My friend actually betrayed me to the Empire at one point, and I've made it my mission to try and sabotage any work that I know he might be working on. And it just so happened that the best way to do that was by joining the rebellion, because I have a lot of intel on him.
Nice. And Nathan? Or Sean?
So I am Sean T. I am something of a rebellious child from the core worlds, and I want nothing better than to uncover all of the information that the Empire has sought to deny us from learning, and I've kind of learned a little bit about my connection to the Force, but have not really learned much about it. However, I have learned a few things that I like to kind of keep under wraps from everybody, and to that end, as I try to discover more things about the Force, I kind of keep myself undercover as sort of an interstellar repairman.
All right, cool. And last up is just my NPC Jasper, and Jasper is a doctor. He kind of looks like he's way too thin. It looks like he definitely needs a meal, and dark bags under his eyes. He looks way tired and a little jittery, but friendly enough. All he says is that he's been making ends meet, working for the broker, and doesn't really share too much about himself. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so with introductions out of the way, as you guys enter the cantina, you see that there is definitely a Solonian with that matches the description that you were given. And I think you guys should be able to see her down below, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there she is. How would you like to approach?
Let's grab her a drink from the bar
Good idea.
as a means of starting conversation.
I think you should definitely buy her a drink.
Okay, if you guys want to like position yourselves like around where, and who's going to be speaking with her first?
I guess Balkan could enjoy a mind of possibly good intellect.
All right, so Balkan steps up, and a bleary-eyed Solonian turns to you. Yeah.
Are you Dr. I must admit I forgot her name.
It should be right there on it. Moronia.
I don't see it. I just see my own character's name.
Oh, that's weird. My bad. Let me see if I can change that.
I just realized.
How about now? Do you? Whoops.
I can't seem to select my token.
And was that Sean?
Yes.
All right, 1 second. I'll see if I can add that back in. How about now?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, now I can
There
see
we
it.
go.
All right, cool. So are you all going to like approach her, or just kind of let Balkan do his thing while you guys go things out?
Sean is going to go to the center bar just after encouraging who was it? James's character.
Mm-hmm.
Sean is going to encourage James to approach Dr. Morona and then head towards the center bar and be prepared to grab his credits for a hefty bar tab because it seems like this might be a long night.
Okay. So Dr. Moronia turns to the short draw. Well, actually, she looks above his head at first, doesn't see anybody, and then she slowly looks down. Yes, how can I help you?
We have been told to meet you here from the I kind of hush down a bit. The broker.
Her eyes go really wide, and she gives you a rather loud stage whisper. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for so long. Revenge, revenge. And then she takes a big sip of her drink and burps.
I hold up my hand. It's like, wait, revenge against the Zon Consortium?
Absolutely. They never appreciated my genius. I had done such incredible work on both the Vornskir and the Salamiri, and they took all of my work, they took my credit, didn't put me on any of the abstracts that were released to the scientific community, and here I am, with no one knowing my name and my great works in the field of xenobiology.
Oh, well, my dear, I know how it feels like to have your mind, feel like your mind's being wasted, but seriously, honey, you're in a bar. You should really try and do some more with your life.
Oh, she bursts into tears and just like slumps into the chair, crying and mumbling dissertation, abstract, xenobiology, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, for the love of it. And Balkan waves over to one of his new compatriots at the bar. We're going to need another one over here.
So she takes a drink, and through her tears and sniffling, she says, well, both of the species are located on the forest world of Myrkr. It's a core world, but was never really settled, and the Zan Consortium basically started building installations. Not too many. I mean, it's a very unsettled world, but you know, those species are just so incredible. The Vornskir is one of the only known species to hunt with the Force. It senses the Force, it zeroes in on it, and it's a Force-sensitive animal. And their main prey is the Salamiri. But what's so special about these creatures is that they're actually able to create a bubble of null where the force does not work inside of the bubble. Such interesting stuff. And then she sniffles some more and like takes a drink.
Sean just kind of nods his head, and he goes, "It's on my tab. You can have it. Let's get this done."
She smiles widely, even though there are tears in her eyes, and she says, well, the broker assured me that he could find some people that could get my research records back from Myrkr. And I know the exact location of the facilities, and that's all I care about is just the research journals. I'm not sure what else he'd love for you to do on the planet, but I just want my research journal.
Oh, research material about the predatory-prey relationships revolving around that mythical force. I must admit,
You're totally speaking her language, so.
The concept intrigues me.
Well,
Madam, we'll take the case.
She thanks you profusely, and she pulls out a data pad, and she says, this has the rotating codes for entry into the facility that I worked, has the coordinates, but I must warn you, the Zan Consortium has guards posted in both high and low orbit. The only way that you'll be able to slip through, and as she says that, she suddenly looks to the side, and you see her eyes open wide, and out from, and they're not coming from the entrance, which is kind of curious, but you see a group of other Solonians walk in, and these definitely look much more military. And one of the things that Balkan would have explained about the Solonians is that the vast majority of them are female. There is one fertile female for like every 500 infertile females, and males are very rare. So they're almost like ants and bees, even though they're mammals in their social structure. But anyway, and they are armed with the traditional Solonian glaive. I mean, they're not wielding them right now, but they definitely look rather imposing. And the largest one in the center, the one with the gold ring, is staring at Dr. Moronia, and Dr. Moronia is staring back and like not talking.
I assume these Solonians aren't friends of yours?
So Dr. Moronia just like shakes her head and tries to like, you know, look like she's trying to hide, but she's drunk and she's not really doing a very good job. And the lead Solonian calls out, I want to have a word with you, Dryback. And you guys know that that is the slur that native Solonians use against Solonians that have settled other worlds and don't live in the traditional manner of Solonians on Solonia. So she yells that out, and of course the other Solonians in the cantina look over because they're just like, oh my gosh, you just used a racial slur. Like, what is going on here? So there are angry whispers all around. You can tell that these Solonians are not well liked by the Solonians in this cantina, but no one's really saying anything. And so Captain Vareska marches forward and gets to about here, and she's flanked by her soldiers and says, by the authority vested in me, you are under arrest, and basically begins to like list off all these crimes. And Dr. Moronia, even though she's frightened, starts to laugh and says, you have no jurisdiction here. I am a Corellian citizen. I am not a Solonian. You can't arrest me. And
so I figure, given what she said, I'd probably know off the bat that these were just charges that have weight only on Solonia.
Correct.
Okay. I kind of edge my way to Dr. Maronia's side. Maybe. Well, how intimidating is a draw with a hand on its blaster? So I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to go. I'm sure Corsec would not be happy to hear that Solonia was enforcing their laws on their planet, on their jurisdiction.
Silence, furball.
Bitch.
Sean would like to attempt to locate a computer system nearby the bar that he could, perhaps patch into.
Oh, absolutely. There is a terminal right in front of you.
Sean would like to attempt to cut out the lights in the bar, in the cantina.
Yeah, sure. Give me a, let's say, I'll make it a 3 difficulty check.
All right.
All right, good job. So the lights flicker and then go out, and everyone just like starts to gasp, and you hear the main Solonian, what? No, don't let her escape! And you can see in the dim light the Solonians all drawing their glaives. And we'll go into initiative. So I would say that in this case, well, you guys are definitely prepared. So you can use vigilance to...
isn't it cool for prepare fights?
You're right. Thank you. Yes. So cool.
I shouldn't have said that my vigilance is actually better than my cool.
I think that's kind of a weird thing. In that case, I'm going to say that
I tend to think that more dice is better than none, so I'm going to use my vigilance in this case.
Yes. Go ahead and use whichever one is higher. Okay, and bear with me here. I need to, for some reason, the turn order. There we go. Okay.
James, did those difficulty die cancel out any of your rolls?
It shouldn't. I re-rolled because I didn't mean to include them. I got 2 success the second time.
Okay, you guys should be able to see the turn order thing, and so if you can add your results, and so if you had like 3 successes and 1 advantage, you would put in 3.1.
I see it. How do we add it in though?
You should be able just to click on the number and edit it. The only problem though is that if one person's in it, someone else can't be in it, I think, which is weird, but let me get out of it. Try it now.
All I see is the gold bordered Solonian in the box.
Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. You know what? No worries. I'll just I'll put it in. That's weird that you guys can't see it. All right, if you can tell me, Sean, what was your result? Oh, I see it, 3.1. Okay. Jokan, what is your result?
2.0.
2.0. Okay. Jasper, just to make things easy, I'm just not going to roll for Jasper. He's just going to be last always. So I'll just keep him at 0. Balkan is 1.2. All right. And then Captain Vareska, I will roll. Let's see. All right, she gets a 4.
Yeah, I stepped away for a second. Mine was Sean's was 3 success, 1 advantage.
All right, so yeah, 3.1. Okay, so why did it do that? Sorry, guys, technical difficulties here. I think I'm just going to do this manually because it just reset everybody. But yeah, while I'm doing this, start thinking about what you want to do. The fact that it's dim light. It's not completely dark because, you know, it's a bar, so there are like other sources of light. But it is definitely, the main lights are off.
Can we assume that there are like a lot of tables around us?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Are a lot of bystanders holding light sources like data pads or something like that?
Or
Okay.
or glow-in-the-dark drinks.
Yes,
Oh,
actually,
exactly.
plenty of glow-in-the-dark drinks, including Dr. Maronia. She's got like 6 bottles of glow-in-the-dark drinks in front of her.
Oh, well, I know what Hawkins' first maneuver is going to be.
Okay, so unfortunately, the Solonians go first, and they're going to have everyone's going to suffer from 2 setback die, or dice because of the low light, and they only know that the draw in front of them is with Dr. Maronia. So 2 of the minions, I shouldn't have said that, that's a spoiler, try to grapple with Dr. Maronia, and one of them attempts to, actually, she's going to totally underestimate the draw. She's just going to totally overlook the scientists. So all of them are going to try to tussle with Dr. Maronia, and yeah, so that's their turn. Shanti, you're up.
Couldn't it be any PC?
What was that?
Couldn't be any PC?
Couldn't be any what?
Could it be any PC? Because you said Shanti, but any of us could take that slot, methinks. And Bakken does not like the situation he's in right now.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that's how you guys...
Yeah, rules as written, I think
Right.
any PC can take
Yes.
the highest initiative order.
Okay.
So
yeah,
if,
Balkan, if you'd like to go.
okay.
And
and what would you count one?
I'm fine with that, you know.
Well, sorry, but
Oh, yeah, I should have
if
asked.
another Solonian goes on, I don't want to be here. What would you count range bands as?
So just the standard range band. So short range is like 1 away, and then sorry, let me just double check this. I might have to adjust it a little bit because I remember looking at the range bands and thinking that they were a little bit off, but you're engaged right now. Technically, no, you're within short range, but since none of them are actually grabbing you, you're not technically engaged.
Okay. So I guess, you know what? I know what I just said, but I think I'm going to take my maneuver to just aim instead of move, since they seem to be distracted.
Okay. Well, like I said, they're totally underestimating you. It's dim light. They can see you, but they're just looking above you. They're just like, whatever, he's a little furball.
So I'm going to take aim at the captain, because she's a bitch.
All right. So yeah, it's a short range roll, and once again, normally this would come with some added difficulty die, but she's not actually paying attention to you, so I'll give you, it's just going to be 1 difficulty die to hit her with your light blaster.
Okay.
All right, so you hit, and what is that total damage?
It's the holdout blaster, so I think it's just 5 and then 6 with the extra success. Oh no, yeah, it's 6.
Didn't you get 2 successes? Sorry, I just alt-tabbed for a second
Well,
there.
yeah, 2, but I've always been fuzzy if that first success, which I thought.
Oh, it does, yeah. So all weapons always do 1 more than they're listed because of that. So, all right, so you do 7 points of damage. Well done. And she hisses, totally surprised, looks down at you, and yeah, she's ready to swat you on the next turn.
Help me, guys, help.
All right, so next up is either Jokan or Shanti. Which of you wants to go?
Well, it's probably best if somebody who's more combat-oriented goes first than I do. I mean, I've got an idea in mind, but I'll probably take a non-combat action.
I can go. Jokan can start us off.
Okay.
I'll use my my maneuver to aim at the captain, and then I will fire my blaster.
All right.
Do I have the same 1 difficulty? Or are we going to up it?
Oh no, everyone has 2 setback die on them.
And I would be, I assume, at short range?
Let's say, yeah, I'll give you short range for that.
That's going to be... No dice.
Okay, so...
So I have to give myself that boost for aiming.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Substantial improvement. So that's going to be 9 damage.
Okay. Give me 1 second while I mark that down. And so you shoot her in the back, and she hisses and turns around, like, where is this coming from? Like, she totally didn't expect Dr. Moronia to have friends, so she is pretty hurt. All right, so next up for the group is Sean.
All right,
I'm sorry, I didn't even add Octram to this, so did you want to go, Octram?
No, I can let someone else. Were you planning on doing a combat action? You said no, right?
Well, I'm probably going to, if I can't think of anything better to do, I will do a combat action.
Fair enough. I'll go. Do you want to go first then, or doesn't matter to me? I was just going to shoot.
Why don't you just go ahead and go and shoot?
Okay. So
go ahead and shoot.
All right. So I'll aim as my maneuver.
Okay.
So let me get this. And I'm a short distance away as well?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So let's see. Alrighty. So it looks like I hit.
All right.
And I get 1 extra, so that would be 7. Because I have a holdout blaster.
Okay.
Yes.
She doesn't look too good right now.
That's what she gets for starting fights in bars.
That's right. All right. So last up is or I'm not sure who went.
Octrum did.
Okay. So then Sean, you're up.
Yeah. So I will. I mean, I'd like to determine where the closest exit is.
Oh, right behind you. So where Jasper is, those stairways, that stairwell, that's the exit.
Okay, so basically the main entrance / exit area.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't really think I have any other options except to shoot.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'll go ahead and shoot at the. I'll pull out my holdout blaster and shoot at the minions there. That's a short distance, so it's 1 purple.
You're Shanti, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're shooting at the minions. That's going to be medium range.
Medium range. Okay,
Yeah. So 2 difficulty.
Purple. Okay.
And with 2 setback die.
Oh, my bad. 2 setback. I'll roll those separately.
Oh, if they're setback, yeah, that's going to miss. Okay, so back to the top, and so the captain is who hit her last? Was it Octrum?
Yes.
Okay, so she is going to move towards you with her glaive and take a swing. So let's see here. And she yells in Salonian. You have no idea what she's saying, but she's just like, rah, rah, rah. Sounds like a high-pitched
I
Wookiee.
guess it's a slur.
Yeah. And let's see. 1 yellow, 2 greens. Okay, and then she gets the setback die. There we go. So she hits. And, the glaive does 7 points of damage, but it pierces 3, so 3 points of armor are rendered useless against that.
All right, so that basically does away with all my soak. So okay, take 7 damage. I'm down to 4.
Okay. And yeah, make sure that. Oh, great! Thank you for updating that.
Yeah.
All right. So, oh wait, the wounds. It's the other direction. Actually, put in how much damage you incurred.
Don't worry, Balkan knows something about medicine.
So I think Octrum took a total of 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you would just put 7 in that box.
Okay, so that's
like
the
that.
damage box. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So she goes, and then her minions. They finally notice that what they call the little furball shot their captain, so they're going to take a swing at Balkan. And I'll just let you guys know they're minions, so they're all going to take a swing together. It's just one roll.
At once, sisters.
Exactly. That's exactly what they say. And actually, the roll is exactly the same with their numbers.
A little furball shot my sister.
Okay, so they do hit, and so you'll have to take. I think their weapon might be a little bit different here.
Please let it be different. Please let it be different.
Unfortunately, it's not. It's the same. So it's pierce 3 and damage 6, and they hit for. Ooh, so that's 8 points of damage incoming.
So Balkan is pretty much just almost out on the floor anyway.
But they do have
Still
2
up.
threats in their
Still
way.
up for now. But if they sneeze at him next turn, he's out.
Yep. So they're done. And
They have a couple threats headed their way, right?
What was that?
Do they have a couple threats headed their way?
Oh, wait, disadvantages. They do. So actually, Balkan, you get to describe the disadvantage that happens to them.
I think as they're taking their swings at him, he's able to be nimble on his feet. He's dancing and weaving, and they kind of caught off balance. Maybe he gets a boost against him next time.
Okay.
It's a little fur ball full of moxie.
Actually, one thing, I don't want to countermand what you just said, but I believe that you can use those to get a free maneuver. I'm going to double check on that, because that might be good
Yeah,
for
I
you
know.
to...
I thought that was one of them, but I didn't know if that was an advantage or threat table.
Yeah. An opponent may immediately perform one free maneuver in response to the active character's check due to that.
How far would you say a maneuver goes? Like 2 hexes?
I'll actually give you... I'll say, because you can go... you can get over to where Jasper is.
Oh, okay. Actually, I don't think I'm going to get that far, because then my blaster is going to be useless, so I think I'm going to go over here, just far enough to at least put some distance between me and everyone.
Okay. So I imagine you kind of like roll under like chairs and tables and like, jump up with your blaster at the ready. Haha.
Yeah, I sonicked right out of there.
All right. Awesome. So it's actually your go.
Or anyone's.
Or anyone's.
But yeah, I think
that's
the
one thing about the system.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll behind some stairs and like your captain's gonna get it now. So I level my shot, and since I haven't moved because I got the free maneuver last time, I'm gonna use that maneuver to aim and then shoot at the captain. So that's still just 1 difficulty, 2 setback.
Yep.
All right. Darkness screwed me over.
All right. So I'm going to say that you take a strain from that.
Fair enough.
You're just so demoralized. Like, oh, how could I miss?
Well, he could be just strained himself trying to fire through the dark, and it's just missed.
Yep. All right. So whichever one of you wants to go next.
All right, I'll go again.
So this seems like you can go ahead.
Is this
I was gonna try to
short range?
Oh, and also just to make things easier, instead of saying I, just say your name. I know it sounds weird to refer to yourself like that, but it'll just make it easier for me to know who's going.
Sean.
All right.
No, but I mean, so Sean wants to check and see if there are any security droids. This seems like a pretty large cantina.
Mhm.
Are there perhaps security droids around?
Unfortunately, it looks like even though it's a large cantina, it's pretty lax when it comes to security. Salonians do things a little differently from Uptown.
Ouch. This isn't your Coruscant style cantina.
Nope.
Sean would like to try to activate any security measures within this cantina to put them on our side, if possible.
Okay. So, I'll say that is 2 difficulty. And what skill would you like to use?
Computers or mechanics, I mean, either one.
Oh, wait, I think I missed that. Who are you trying to turn onto your side?
The security measures of the cantina.
Oh, okay. Well, like I said, the security is really lax in this cantina. And so the best that you can do is just alert Corsac that something's going down.
Okay, I'd like to... Let's see. I think I'd like to try to raise the bystanders' awareness.
Okay.
of what's happening,
Mhm.
and perhaps try to get them to get on our side.
Okay.
And I'd like to do that by specifically pointing out that that they are off-worlders, and me as a human, as Sean as a human, would like to point out that the rest of them are a bunch of alien scum are trying to come down on my friends over here, and we should all get down on them and smash them up.
Okay. So, yeah, do a. I'm trying to think.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to? Did you say they were alien scum?
Yeah,
Well,
I said they're alien scum.
Balka would like to remind you that this is in a Solonian district, so the majority of the population here is Solonian.
I mean, maybe you could kind of like rephrase it so that it's like, this is Salonia town. These are Corellian Salonians. Like, don't let these, Salonians make it or something. I mean, you can still play up. There is still tension between the native Salonians from Salonia and the ones who actually live here in Corellia. So yeah, exactly, something like that, or just, there are ways.
Yeah, call them awful.
Okay, yeah.
Off-worlders, that works. It's like, they think that they're the only real Salonians. I say, get them off this planet.
So Sean gets up and he is screaming at basically the combat that's going on. And he says, these are a bunch of off-world Salonians. They don't understand what's really going on here. We've got to take this back from them. We've got to destroy them. How can you let them hurt a native world Salonian like this?
All right, so
Let's take it back, y'all.
Coercion or leadership, either one that you can use. Just let me know which one you're using.
Let's go with coercion.
Okay. So go ahead and roll it, and just 2 difficulty check. Oh, sorry, did you roll? Or okay, there it goes. Oh, well, there's a success. So you hear, like, people starting to mutter, and it's like, yeah, like, this is Salonia town, not Salonia. And you see a couple of people close to the minions on the left, and one of them growls, "Call me a dryback," and grabs one of the minions. So this minion is being tussled, so she can't attack. And I'll say actually these two that are to the left of Dr. Moronia cannot attack. So good job. You've taken those 2 out of the fight for now. So they're tussling. And is that your turn?
Yes, I believe I'm going to stay by the bar.
Okay, well done. You hear some cheering and people, like, raising their glasses and jeering at the off-worlders. And who's next?
Jokan will go. Am I still at short range?
Yes, you are. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to aim and then shoot at the captain again.
Okay.
Darn.
All right, so unfortunately that missed, but you did singe a hair of hers, and I'll say that. What do you want to do with that advantage?
Is that enough to give her a setback on her next swipe?
Let's see. Unfortunately it is not, but you can give an allied character a boost to their check.
Okay. Who is that over there? Is that Oktrim who's about to get chopped at again, probably?
Yep, that would be me.
I will give Oktrim a boost on hopefully his next attack.
Okay.
Don't die on us.
Okay, and I guess that means that Octrum is up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will move out of engaged, so I'll move to the other side of the bar over here.
Okay.
As one, I'll suffer a strain,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll move, or I'll aim with my extra movement for the strain.
Okay.
And then I will shoot.
Alrighty.
So I believe it's actually the same roll.
And don't forget to mark down the strain on the spreadsheet.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's not entirely good.
Okay, so you've got 2 advantages, and you can pass along a boost, or you can add a setback to her die.
That was the last player to go, right?
I believe so. Yep.
All right. Well, I'll say that we add a setback to her next check.
Okay, she's got 3 setbacks, and so she sees you trying to get out of the way, and so she's going to use a maneuver to close the distance, and she is going to take a swing at you. And so the 3 setback. And she misses. And she's going to use her, let's see, what is she going to do? I'll just say she twirls her glaive around menacingly. So and now the 2 minions, 2 of them are engaged, and only 2 are still, doing stuff. They're actually going to try to shoot at Balkan again. They're not going to be quite as effective, though, this time around. So, let's see. And they do not. And with that disadvantage, you can choose what to do with that, Balkan, since you were targeted.
I don't know. I say they don't know what they're doing and they get strain wounds.
Perhaps they actually fall over because they're so bad at holding recoil on blast.
Oh yeah, they fall prone. That'd be a good one.
Okay, they fall prone. And that's it for them. So now it's the PCs. I'm just going to say Jasper is like totally just discombobulated with the darkness, and he had dropped his gun, so he's just bumbling in the background right now.
And he fell asleep.
He had one too many of those glowing drinks, apparently.
Probably. So yeah, he's a mess. He's just a hot mess right now.
I think this place is probably aglow with drinks.
Mm-hmm. All right. So which one of you wants to go next? Top of the round.
No one have any objections to Balkan taking his revenge?
I mean, I'd like to not die, so Sean would like to run away.
Sure. You can go ahead and take the first go.
So it's like action, maneuver, right?
No. It's usually just action and maneuver. You can take strain to add an extra maneuver, but you can never have more than 2 maneuvers.
All right, so Sean's kind of like yelling and rallying the people, but as he's in the middle of this, he's gonna want to reach over and like cock his blaster and fire a couple blasts off while trying to retreat out the main exit. So, let's say for my action, I'm gonna go ahead and fire a shot, and then for my first maneuver, I'm gonna move away.
Okay. And refresh my memory, guys. How much strain is it? 2 strain when you do that to get an extra maneuver?
I think it's 2.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's two.
All right. So just remember to update the spreadsheet, and yeah.
I also noticed on the sheet, Octrum, I think you went from 14 to 13 instead of 0 to
Yeah,
1.
I just changed it.
Right.
I should have been at 12 because I took 2 maneuvers the last my last
Right.
round.
But you should be at 2, not at 12. It counts up. Right now,
Yeah, it's the other
you're
direction.
like blacking out in terror or something.
So what's the number that I put down there?
Okay, so the range that I'm at from Dr. M and her assailants, is that medium?
That's Sean, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's medium.
Okay.
I mean, technically it's not, but I'm going to say it's medium because I don't like how short the range bands are. So we're going to say that's medium.
Well, it's all it's all narrative. So
Yeah, exactly.
anyway, pew pew. I got 2 pew pews.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good job. So sorry, you were shooting at the minions, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. And so tell me the total damage.
So I was firing a holdout blaster. That's a 7 damage pew pew.
You didn't roll setback.
I did not roll setback for the darkness.
Okay, yeah, if you can roll those separately.
So that is
So it's
6.
1 success.
Yeah, 1 success now.
That's a 6 PP with the darkness.
Okay.
I also want to say that it's on stun setting. Let's say that too. It's a pew pew on stun setting.
Okay. Just to remind you, though, minions don't have strain, so it's 1 point of damage regardless.
Well, I say that because it's, for in character for Sean T. Sean T has his blaster generally set to.
Oh, one thing to keep in mind, though, when blasters switch to the stun setting, they become short range. So you would have had to shoot the medium.
Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Actually, I should not have been able to fire that blaster anyway because the holdout blaster is short range, whether lethal or not. It's a short range blaster only.
I'm going to say that yeah, okay. We'll take that off. Oh, one thing I just want to go back. Sorry to interrupt, but Octrum, how much strain do you have?
I should have taken 2 strain.
Okay, so yeah, on the sheet instead of 12, you just put down the actual number of strain that you have.
Okay.
It's
Right.
I know it seems kind of backwards, but it works better that way.
Okay.
And okay, where are we?
Yeah, so my bad, but
No worries.
holdout blasters should only be short range and not medium.
Not a problem. Okay, between Octrum and Balkan, who wants to go?
All right, Balkan will go.
Oh, okay.
So which of these sides are the minions engaged with the mob we stirred up? Or
To the
is it
left.
This side?
Mhm.
Okay, so Balkan, between him and the group that's not engaged with the mob, is that still short range?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so he's going to use his maneuver to aim and then take a shot at them.
Okay. All right, that hits. For how much damage?
6.
Okay. Doesn't look like it hurt him too much, but you got their attention.
I
And
think I'll use the advantage to pass a boost along.
all right, so Octrum, you're up, and you've got a boost.
Okay. How would it work if someone tries to attack me from engaged range if I'm in cover?
Cover
wait a
gives
minute.
you
Cover would give them a setback dice, but I think
exactly.
that's range, though, is it not? Or is that the same for
Ranged.
engaged distances?
Weren't those the Solonians I just fired at? Weren't they knocked prone?
Oh, they were, so it would have been more difficult. But let's just say don't worry about that.
I thought aim. Oh wait, that's.
It's the opposite. It gives a bonus
it
to
would have
melee,
been
but it
boost if
gives.
I was hitting them with melee. Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, you do get a bonus for hitting them in melee, though. So.
But I wasn't. So.
Oh, okay.
So I'm right to the right of this bar. Are there any like tables or chairs nearby
Yeah.
I can take cover under? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take cover near one of these bar stools, and I will. What I'll do is actually I'll run away a little bit
Okay.
over the middle of the bar, and then take cover for a couple extra strain for 2 maneuvers, and then I'll fire at her.
Okay.
So get boost, still dark, and I'm still within short range.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right. All right. So I hit.
Okay. Cool.
And
just let me know.
That would be 5 damage with an outblaster. So I guess 6 for doing that.
Okay. She looks pretty hurt, but she's still standing.
Okay, Joken's gonna finish this off. So I'm gonna aim at the captain and then shoot again.
Okay.
Kill them all.
One miss again.
It's not true. Wow. That sucks. Okay.
I don't have to say that because they started the fight.
All right.
I
So. Oh,
with
go
my
ahead.
advantage, I'm gonna say like I hit her or hit the pike and force her to drop it for her next attack.
It has nothing to do with this.
Good job. All right. So yeah, she drops the pike or the glaive. All right. So it's top of the round, and it's her turn. So the captain uses a maneuver to grab her glaive, and uses another maneuver to actually you were the one who shot at her, so she's going to take some strain. Actually, nope, she can't. Never mind. Because she's not a nemesis. So she's going to start waving that glaive in your face, but good job. You knocked it out of her hand, so she doesn't have enough time to actually hit you with it. And now the minions are going to try to shoot at Balkan again. And
Well, I thought they only had glaives.
you know, you're absolutely right. So
And they're prone, so they have to spend at least a maneuver to get up.
they do. They do. So they get over to you, but they can't do anything, and so they're done. So it's you guys.
Well, I guess Balkan is going to. What's the maximum hex distance to move for that I can move for a maneuver?
We'll say that you can move 3 hexes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so he's gonna move over here. Is that still short range with
Yeah.
the Solonians? Okay, so then he's going to shoot at the would-be assailants.
Okay.
So that's out, and then 1, 2. Okay. I guess I'll just pass along another boost.
Okay. So who's up next?
Well, I guess I'll go.
All right. And who is that?
Sean, I think will go next. Sean, I think, is going to want to shoot and run.
Okay. And also, well, just to give you a hint, though, what you did, you took out 2 of the minions. Like, they're still tussling. Like, more people are grabbing onto them. What you did earlier actually did a really good job. So, you could ostensibly try to rouse the crowd up even more. But, I mean, it's your decision, but I just wanted to say, it was a good move.
I think that's actually probably a good idea. I mean, I shot a little bit. I tried to rouse the crowd a little bit. I think I'll try to rouse the crowd a little bit more.
Okay. And, because this is, you're not actually attacking anything, you don't have to worry about the setback die on that. So it's just 2 difficulty check again with leadership or coercion, your choice.
I think from this perspective, I'd like to kind of try to almost scare the crowd into attacking them, like Sean kind of like flails his arms and yells at them, if you don't stop them, then they'll kill you next. And
Okay, people are drunk. They probably believe it. So yeah, go for it. So just 2 difficulty.
in the hopes that this is kind of like a coercion check as opposed to like a leadership kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll go with that. All right, well done. So even more people get into the fray and tackle these 2 minions and drag them to the ground. And they're just like punching them in the snout. They're yelling at them, telling them to go back to Salonia. And yeah, so right now it's just the captain that's still up. Good job. And we've got Octram up.
All right, Sean's gonna try to inch his way towards the door. I think he's probably gonna get like up on the ramp at least.
Okay.
Towards the exit.
And actually, sorry, I didn't mean to skip you, Jokin, so it's between you 2, I believe.
Jokin can go next. I will take a little step away.
Okay.
And then Balkan had a boost die to pass that we didn't use, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Right. So I will use that. So my roll is the same, even though I'm not aiming because of that. So I'm going to shoot at the captain again.
Okay.
Aha!
All right, good job. You hit. Yep.
So that'll be, I believe, 8 damage. Yeah, 8 damage.
All right. She's definitely not looking too good, and I believe that's Octram is the only one up next,
and I'll
right?
use my advantage to pass a boost to him.
Okay.
All right. I will. I'm still within short range of her. I'll aim and then fire.
All right.
So I get a boost dice for the aiming. And still within short range. All right. So
well done.
There we go. I also have an incidental action that I want to use.
Go for it.
Or I guess it's just a second wind, which just lets me recover a single strain. It's one of my talents.
So how much total damage was that?
That was 8.
All right, so the captain just says, no more, no more. I give up, I give up. And so she places her glaive on the ground. And the other minions are like yelling and stuff, but they've been like, grabbed by the other Salonians. So, yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Can we attempt to let's try to get some information out of the good captain here. Maybe ask who sent her. Jokin asks her who sent her to try to capture the doctor.
She's wanted for several crimes against, I would say humanity, but the equivalent for Salonians. Genetic experiments, horrible things, like she's wanted for so many crimes, you don't know who you're dealing with.
But who sent you?
The Salonian authorities, of course. And you can roll a discipline check to see if you can detect her line or not.
All right. Against how much difficulty?
Just 2.
All right. I do not.
It is not your day with those. Sorry. Well, you know what? Either way, it looks like she's telling the truth from what you can tell.
Okay.
What
But I mean,
exactly has she
you
done?
guys are totally out of combat, so you can like freely move. The crowd is like tussling with the Salonians. Dr. Maronia is just like tipsy and like about to fall over. So there are a lot of choices of what you can do right now.
I'd like to try to ask the crowd. Sean would like to try to allay the crowd to try to ask them to calm down.
Okay.
And to try to focus on let's get the real story out of these people. Like, why is this attack happening? Why are you attacking this person right now?
So Dr. Maronia just says, she gulps and she just says, I was framed. I never did those experiments that I've been charged with. It's the Zan Consortium's work. They're trying to smear my good name. I've always been an ethical scientist, and this is why I need revenge on them. They've been horrible. So she's completely drunk, so her inhibitions are gone, so you have a pretty good idea that she's telling the truth here. But it looks like it was a smear campaign by the Zan Consortium against her.
Well, Balkan just pipes up. Regardless, you have no jurisdiction to arrest her here. You might as well just leave.
Someone shouts from the corner, call Corsac! Kick them out of town! Get them out of downtown!
That is an excellent suggestion. I'm tempted to do such that. Or, if you leave peacefully, I think we don't need to bring the authorities into this matter.
The captain just growls and says, this isn't over, Dr. Maronia. And, the soldiers shrug off from the people. It looks like, everyone's kind of got their bloodlust out of their system. But, they will leave peacefully. And so they grab their glaives and head out. So good job. All right, so Dr. Maronia thanks you profusely for taking care of that and says, you must get to the Zan Consortium facility on Myrkr. They have evidence of them. See if you can find any evidence of them framing me, clear my good name. I know you can do it. You're my only hope. And she breaks down into tears again.
I can sympathize with your troubles, Doctor. If I were to suggest anything now, it may be a good idea to go to ground, maybe find a smaller cantina to drink at. However, I would also like for you to maybe think about sobering up. And I take the closest thing the Star Universe has to a card and give it to her. You even in your inhibited state, I see something in you. I think we should collaborate on a future project together, but honestly, if you're drunk, then I might as well just do all the work myself anyway.
So she kind of mumbles and... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You should amass enough wealth to the point that it won't matter anymore. I mean, you can get as intoxicated as you feel that you need to get as long as you've gotten to the point where you no longer need to worry about the rest of the universe. But that depends on where you decide to make your claim.
So Dr. Maronia just sniffles and nods to everybody, and she so she promises that she'll go to ground and keep out of sight, but she hands that data pad to Balkan and says, before we were rudely interrupted, this gives you all the codes for the rotating passwords for the facility. This also will help with your ship's transponder to alert the Zan Consortium that you are one of their convoys. And so even though she's drunk, she's amazingly lucid because she's rallying here, and she tells you probably the best way to gain access to the planet. It's during the wet season. There are storms. Pose as a trade convoy, and once you enter the atmosphere, lose them in the storm, land on the planet, and approach by ground, because approaching with a ship, they'll know that no trade convoy will approach them in that way because there's a very specific facility that has shipments scheduled for that time. So she gives you all of this information, burps, and heads out after peeking around the corner and making sure that the bad Salonians are not around. So you guys know that with every job from the broker, he loans a ship out. So you guys are in temporary position or possession of a. Sorry, let me look here real quick. Of a YV-560 light freighter. Kind of looks like a bit like the Millennium Falcon, but more symmetrical. And you have the coordinates for Myrkr from the doctor and all the information for you to make your way.
Well, before we get on our ship and head off, I wanted to, perhaps now that we know that the Zon Consortium is now our opponent, I want to do a little research on them, specifically to see if I can find anything about their facilities on Myrkr.
So
Okay, so sorry, go ahead.
Well, Sean decides to tell the group that it's rare that any criminal organization would decide that it's worth their while to spend time on rumors that revolve around the Force, which, if any of you know, is an ancient religion.
Well, regardless, it seems that the species they're interested in are a uniquely bonded pair, where their evolution is uniquely tied to one another. I find this study fascinating, even if this mythical force isn't involved.
Oh, by the way, one of the things I wanted to say is that I do give out RP rewards, but what I do is, because I've found in previous games where instead of the RP reward just going to the person, it goes to the entire team. So, so that everyone feels that it's not an adversarial thing like, oh, I RP better than somebody else. It's everybody contributing. So, yeah, just letting you guys know that. And all right, so before you get on the ship, anything else that you guys want to do, or?
Yeah, I would just. Sean would just say that. Well, I completely agree with you, but you know, as long as we go into this with the understanding that we're searching for beasts with essentially mythical powers. You have to understand that's what we're looking for.
Beasts that exist, but perhaps purported with mythical powers, just mean that they should be studied better.
If the mystical powers that, you know, perhaps that they affect actually exist.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
So Jasper's like, we have to get going, guys. You know, I need my credits.
Well, I think we shouldn't rush into this blindly. We need to learn more about the Zon Consortium and specifically what forces they could muster against us should this operation go awry.
In any case, we're going to make a great deal of credits as long as we bring these creatures back, so let's go.
Perhaps we should bring more than just the mated pair the broker asked for. I could use some experiments.
Oh, and so from your, I forgot who did the computer check, but you did get, you know, a good amount of information with the Zan Consortium just being a criminal syndicate. You know, they're not involved with anything unless it can turn them a profit. So whatever they're doing on Myrkr, you know, there's a reason for it. So, yeah.
Well, I did Sean did a computer's check in the cantina, so I assume that would be some subsidiary information that he may
Yeah.
have learned.
Absolutely. And also, before you guys go, though, to the planet, we need to patch some people up because people did take quite a bit of damage there. So Balkan and Octrum. So Jasper finally gets himself together, pulls out his med pack, and tries to heal you guys. So 1 second here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sneezing, killing me. Remember that now.
It was the adrenaline. You just
Really?
Yeah, the inquisitive search. That kept me going.
So first is Balkan. And you heal 2 wounds. And while he's working on you, though, he kind of pauses. And 1 second. Ignore the yellows. So you're actually going to get 6 points of health back.
I feel so much better. Jasper, you're proving your usefulness.
So I think that just leaves you with just 1 wound, right?
Well, I had 8, so 2.
Okay, great. I'll go ahead and put that in. And
I already did.
oh, you did? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So then I'm going to roll again for Balkan there, or Octrum. Sorry. And so actually, he's going to, do some stuff. It doesn't look like he's actually, doing like the normal medical type procedures for first aid at the very start. And so you immediately feel better, and then he continues.
I guess he pet my fur for a little bit.
And ignore that that last one. I wasn't supposed to roll that last force point. But so anyway, so you're going to get 4 plus 5 points back.
Okay.
And I want Sean roll a perception check against 2 difficulty. Oh, Sean, did you roll?
not feeling very perceptive at the moment, it seems.
For some reason, that didn't pop up on my screen. Did the rest of you guys see that result?
I don't think it's been rolled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sean, Nathan, if you can roll a perception check against 2 difficulty. Hey, Nathan, you there? And his mic is off, it looks like.
Oh, my bad. What did you say?
Roll a perception check against 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Tell me about it later, okay?
Let's see. Okay, that's just going to be 2. Broke even.
Okay, so you don't notice anything. So, all right, so you guys are going to get on the ship, I assume, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I
Cool.
need whoever can do an astrogation check to just roll against a 2 difficulty. It's not too hard. You've got the coordinates, so yeah.
Balkan's massive intellect shall undertake this feat.
Whoever's smartest.
Oh my god!
So smart. You're so smart.
You think you think my ego's huge? No, it's just true.
All right, so you get smack dab exactly where you need to be. So you enter, and immediately you see other ships, and identify yourselves. Blah 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 blah.
Balkan's massive intellect not suited to lying.
Myrkr, the Jokan hails on the communicator. Myrkr control, this is the trade ship Pride of Coronet with equipment for the planetary facilities over.
Okay. And there's silence for a minute there, and well, okay, your transponder checks out. We weren't expecting another ship right at this time, and so there's a little bit of hesitation. Does anyone want to say anything?
This
Sean-
supply drop is in preparation for the rainy season. We do not know if supply runs may be interrupted. Precaution, mostly.
Okay, so go ahead and roll, and it's just going to be a simple check, so just one difficulty with deception. Okay, I'm going to say that gives you one strain, but it works. So they're like, okay, all clear. We're about to head into low orbit. Just follow with us. There is a storm. You know, it started the rainy season, blah, blah, blah. And so just stay close, and we will see you guys on the ground. So you guys enter into the atmosphere, and you enter into a pretty large storm. So things start to get really choppy. And Joken, you are the pilot, and you need to give me a piloting check of versus 2 purples and 1 red.
I have a ability that cancels out a. Let me just double check exactly what it does. Oh, that was the wrong one, maybe. Hang on one sec. My ability is such that I remove a setback for piloting checks. Does that downgrade that to
No,
a
it's
regular?
just if you had a setback die, you would remove it. So if you had like a black die on it.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it also let me. So that's going to be. Like you
But
said,
you
it
know
was
what? I'm actually. Let's say. Well, no. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Okay. So, the ship definitely starts to there's lots of shutters through it, and you're having kind of a hard time keeping on track. But then also remember, you've got specific coordinates, and you need to head away from the main convoy now that you're in the middle of the storm. And there's lightning everywhere and like low visibility, but so far, you're okay, even though you failed the check, but it's okay. And I need you to roll again.
The same roll?
Yep.
Oh no. At least it's not despair. It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this time you see yourself, and I'm just going to say this just so you guys know. I'm not just like hand waving away the failures. They are actually having a result right now. I'm not going to tell you what that is, but you see on your monitors, you're getting way too close to like a mountainside, and I need you to roll again.
Hey, buddy. There we go.
Okay, so with the Triumph, you're able to steer like back right into the wind, and you get enough lift just from that to push away from the mountainside just in time. And it looks like now you are actually moving closer to your goal, whereas before the wind was buffeting you too much. And you hear some static over the comm, but you don't really hear anything else from the convoy, and you can't even see them anymore. So I need you to roll again. Okay, same thing happens. You start to get closer to another cliffside, Roll again. Okay. Holding steady. Roll again. Okay. So I'm going to say you take a strain,
All right.
but with that triumph, you are able to get pretty close to the ground now. You think you're at a pretty good spot. I need you to do one last roll. Okay. So unfortunately, you kind of slam into the ground a little bit hard, and everyone needs to take one strain of damage and one wound. But you've landed, so you're on the surface now.
Sorry about that one, guys. We'll do better next time.
Ka-chunk.
Thank you. Thank you,
The
kept
ship's
us
still
quiet.
okay.
Think you kept us quiet enough there, pilot.
Pretty windy out there. I'm glad we didn't come during the actual rainy season.
Yep. So, I mean, the storm is like, washing over you guys, and it looks like it's dark, and probably need to, you guys have time to rest. So, actually, I'm going to say go ahead and wipe the strain from everybody, and don't worry about it. I'll take it off for you guys. Or no, wow, beat me to it. So everyone's strain has been reset. I'm going to give, and I'll go ahead and remove these wounds for you. 5 again, and we'll say that the doctor is going to get another check. And for now, everybody take a 5-minute break and grab some water, some food, and then we'll meet back in 5 minutes.
See you in a bit.
Yep.
Okay, so we are back, and you guys are on the surface of Myrkr. You've got the coordinates to the base. It looks like it's about a 2-day journey through the wilderness to get to it. The ship did come with a protocol droid that is a capable pilot on its own. And so Jasper pipes up and says, we can probably leave the protocol droid here, and once we're able to make it to the facility, perhaps we can sabotage the defenses and have the ship arrive at that point. And he looks over at Octrum and nods.
Yes, I know what that means. Boom.
Big boom. So you guys sleep for the night. Everyone is pretty much healed except for, I'm going to say that just the consequence of landing so hard on the planet and whatnot, everyone still has one wound left, but everyone who is damaged more than that, you're all up to just one wound now. So you guys get your camping gear, which was included with the ship, and head out into the wilderness of Myrkr. And in the background, it's kind of it's very wet from the storm, but the storm has broken. And so I need to know, though, how are you guys going to arrange yourselves in terms of order? Who's going to be generally in the front and who's going to be generally in the back?
Got it.
Well, I think that I think Sean would like to be generally towards the middle. Sean is not used to these kinds of survival environments. It's scary. It's scary.
Jokan can go towards the front, kind of as one of the better shots and decently perceptive of what's going on.
Okay, so we'll say that you guys are heading east. I don't have a separate map for this, so you just arrange yourself on this planet map where you're just basically standing in relation to everybody else.
We'd probably also want to have someone kind of tougher towards the back, so we don't leave the back open to just a pounce.
Yeah, well, that rules me out because I have no toughness at all.
I have the fewest amount of wound threshold, so can't be me.
All right. So, and then Octrim, you just kind of like squeezed in there, I guess.
It doesn't matter where I go, I guess. I can go in the middle of a pack somewhere.
Okay. So, oh wait, let me just move you back up there. Okay. All right. I'm going to move you guys in just 1 second here to the map. So you guys make it to a very deep ravine. It is not to scale. I do apologize, but you are at the top of a ravine, and it goes for quite some ways there. So there's really no way around it. You need to make your way down the ravine and to continue onward. And I need Sean. You need to roll against me, actually. And I need you to roll a force die.
Okay. What we got here? Something
roll
dark
again.
side.
Oh, thanks for that, by the way. So, yeah, Sean, I just need you to roll one more time.
All right, the force die.
Yeah, just one force die. This is just for...
Oh, the force is with me this time.
Okay, so yeah, the force is definitely with you. All of a sudden, you hear a noise, and out of nowhere, a dark shape tackles Jasper. And you're all so surprised that I need everybody to make a 2 purple, 1 red difficulty check against coordination or agility.
You mean agility, the characteristic? Do you mean athletics?
No, I specifically mean coordination. So, I mean, if you don't have coordination, then you would roll agility, is what I meant.
Well, okay.
So are we
You
rolling?
said 2 purple, 1 red.
Yeah, 2 purple, 1 red. Basically, this is a check to keep your balance on this really steep slope.
Oh.
Okay, so for everyone that failed, you go tumbling down the ravine, and I'll actually move you guys.
My map hasn't changed at all.
Oh, crap. Sorry about that.
No biggie.
Ah, that's
Oh,
better.
there you go.
Okay. My bad. All right, let me just zoom out here just a little bit, and start moving you guys. All right, so I'm still trying to match the name. So Balkan tumbles down. Or actually, everyone who failed their check, move yourselves down to about the level that Balkan's at. And I think there was one more person.
Well, that was Octrum. He succeeded, but he got three setbacks, or 3 threats.
Yeah, I seem to not be able to move myself.
Who was that?
Sean.
Okay. Sometimes this program screws up a bit. Yeah, it looks like I have to give you your rights back. Okay, you should be able to move now.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Okay. Everyone who fell down the ravine, I need you to take 10 points of strain damage. But it is modified by soak. And for Octrum, those strain or the disadvantages that occurred, you take 3 strain from the fear of this like crazy creature that just like came out of nowhere.
Okay. So I have
And
a passive ability that reduces that by 1.
nice. And so you recognize this. This is a Vornsker, a big one, but yeah, and it is like right on Jasper, and totally surprised him, and takes a bite out of him, and everyone go ahead and roll your initiative. So this time it is completely by surprise. So that would be vigilance, correct?
Yes.
All right. All right. Sorry, I just had to look over the sheet again. All right. So I am, let's see. I'm still trying to get names with faces and everything. So Balkan, what was yours?
It was 3.1.
4.1, okay. 1, and then Jokin was 2.1, thank you.
Correct.
And then Octrum
was 0.3. 0.3.
And then Shanti was what?
4.1.
That was 4.1.
Oh, you both got 4.1, okay. Oh, wait, did I put Balkan? Is that the wrong number?
I don't
Yeah,
see
Balkan's
numbers.
3.1.
Balkan's 3.1, okay. Okay, and the creature itself is 1.6. Okay, so PCs go first, pretty much, and so, all right, which one of you wants to go first? You've got this thing like on Jasper. It actually hasn't taken a bite yet. It pounced on him though, so he's prone. This thing is on top of him. He's yelling for help.
What is the range from the 3 of us at the bottom of the hill back up towards it?
You are unfortunately at long range. And this is difficult terrain because of the steepness and the slipperiness of the slope from the rain. It's not raining now, but
How difficult / how much time would it take for us to climb back up the hill?
you're going to have to take 2 maneuvers per range band instead of 1.
So Jokin will take 2 maneuvers to close to medium range.
Okay.
Somewhere like there-ish. Is that on the map pretty good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I will fire at medium range.
Okay, remember though, you have to take strain because you took 2 maneuvers.
Yeah, I added it on the chart.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And so for this, its medium range is 2, but this creature is very. It's got some defense on it, so it's going to be 2 setback die for every attack against it.
Nothing.
And so another player is up next.
So Sean is going to sacrifice his action and get an extra maneuver and just move to medium range, just run away from the creature.
Okay. Wait, run
Well-
away? You're running towards.
Oh, toward.
The creature's, you can see it, right? It's right by Jasper. It's up at the top.
The one with the gold border?
No, that's Jasper. It's the one with the purple border. Is that not showing up for you?
Yeah.
I can see it.
No, I see it. It's just okay. I see it.
I'll get rid of Jasper's name so it's easier to see.
I
about
never
that?
saw Jasper's name.
No, I see it. In that case, I am downhill away from the creature.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Well, let's just say that I stay in medium range of the creature, just to, like, I stay on the perimeter, but I get back up on even ground with it.
Okay. Well, this entire thing is a steep slope, so it's you're not on even ground, but yeah. Okay. But you're still at long range though, because you kind of went out of the way.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So another player is up.
Can I roll something like Xenology on this guy to see if I might be able to spot any like weaknesses?
Yeah,
you might
absolutely.
have? All right.
It's
Oh.
going to be a 2 difficulty.
Okay. So 3 success and an advantage.
Okay, well done. So yes, what you know about Vornskers is that they have a poison or a venomous tail that they use that can inflict 5 strain damage if a wound is actually occurred. It'll hit for like 2 damage, and if any of that goes through like a really good strike past your armor, you'll have to save against venom. And once they stun somebody, that's when they start to bite. So that's their usual method of attack. But this Vornsker looks kind of scarred up. It's a little it's kind of mangy. And from your check, you can tell it doesn't. I mean, obviously you've found this Vornsker in the wild, but it doesn't look like, you know, a normal, healthy Vornsker. And yeah, so that's your info. What else are you going to do?
Are there trees and stuff nearby that I can hide behind?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
All right.
there's trees and everything all over the place.
All right, then I'll take cover behind a tree.
Okay. And that was Balkan, right?
Octron.
No.
Oh, Octrum. Okay. And okay, that was the third player. So it is the creature's turn, and it is going to try to swipe at Jasper here. Oh, geez, I forgot that it was. Okay. This is a pretty bad hit. So, damage gets through. Jasper fails his anti-venom check. So Jasper takes quite a bit of damage. 6 total points of damage and 5 strain. And the player is up.
I want to try to roll a knowledge or a lore check to see if I can kind of get a better idea of any weaknesses this thing may have.
Oh, actually, sorry. The previous, who had rolled the knowledge check previously? Was that Octram?
Yes.
Okay, so you succeeded. So what you do know is that you remember an obscure reference that the tails, like cutting the tails of a Vornsker, lowers their aggression drastically. It's like castrating them.
Do you want to maybe pass that knowledge on to me via a boost die?
Yes.
Okay, so
totally
with
do
the
that.
knowledge that cutting the tail off of Vornskir can potentially reduce or eliminate its aggression, I would like to attempt to cut the tail off the Vornskir, but I'm at long range.
Yeah. So to do a called shot against a body part, it's going to be 2 setback die.
2 setback die. I only have a
blaster
hold
won't go
back.
long range.
Sorry, what was that?
The
What was that?
blaster won't even reach at long range, right?
That's true.
Right,
You're going to have to
yes.
close.
I would have to close the short range to begin with.
Yeah, I think Balkan also raises a good point that I don't think he has gone yet, nor has Jasper gone yet.
Oh yeah, Jasper goes the very last in the turn.
Okay, well, and Balkan hasn't taken his first round yet.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're still in the
Yeah.
first round.
Yeah, either of them could go before me if they would like to. You would probably have the best chance of doing something.
Well, they
I probably
both have to go because this is still the first turn and you've already gone.
I think we did 3 player moves already.
3 player moves, but there are 5 players.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean this, don't worry, it's right. We did the first 3 players, the NPC, and now we have the second 2 players.
Yeah, so I think we have a total of 4 5 or excuse me, we have a total of 4 players and 1 player has already gone this turn. So I mean I could go or you guys could go.
No, I have to go. I haven't gone at all yet.
Yeah,
So this is my
Mhm.
slot.
Yeah, we're still in the first round, so it's your go, Balkan.
So I'm going to
Oh, yeah.
spend my action and my maneuver to move up. Because I assume that's what it costs to move up the slope.
Yep.
Okay,
Perfect.
then there.
Okay, so now we're at the top of the second round, and it's a player's move.
Well, what is Jasper doing? He's on the ground?
He's on the ground struggling, so
Okay.
yeah.
I will. Jokin will. Spend a maneuver to close half of the next range, and then shoot again.
Okay.
Medium range.
Yeah.
And still nothing.
I don't know what's going on. Like, you've got the worst luck with rolls, man. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
It sucks. Okay, just take a strain. And players up next. Who wants to take the second spot?
Well, I think can I get into short range this turn?
Who was that?
Sean.
No, you're going to be able to get into medium range. Because it's like, through thickets and going uphill.
Well, I'll spend my free maneuver this turn and get into short range.
Okay.
If I can do a knowledge check, I'd like to try to learn anything about the creature through education or lore.
Yeah, sure. 2 difficulty. Okay, let's say that just like the effort of concentrating. No, actually, I'm not going to worry about the strain for that. Yeah, I mean, you know about the tail castration method. You know that another thing that you do know is that Vornskir tend to target force sensitives, or at least that's the rumor.
All right.
And anything else for your turn?
Nope.
Okay, third player spot is up.
I'm still at short distance away, correct?
You'll have to say your name.
Octrum.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a stun grenade I'd like to throw at it.
Okay.
From short range. I'm going to use one maneuver to aim, so I guess that means I'll be out of cover.
Okay.
And it's against short distance, and you said a 2 setback dice?
Yes.
Is that as shielding?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, 2 success.
Okay.
So
and I'm not that familiar, so you'll have to tell me what that does.
Yeah, so it has, let's see, a Blastivate, which doesn't activate, but it does 8 damage and has a Disorient 3.
Okay, so that means he
stun.
gets 3 setback die, right?
Let's look that up.
Does
Anybody else
Disorient
know?
activate with? I think you have to spend 2 advantages to
Oh.
activate Disorient.
Oh, is it an active talent? An active thing?
I think you have to spend like 2. I think for a talent.
Yeah, I believe so. It's weird though because some items.
Okay, yeah, so the Disorient is an active talent, so I don't have any
Okay.
boost to be able to do that. But I guess I do actually have a talent that gives me a +1 damage to it, so that would be 8 stun damage. So
And does
it's not
it
gonna kill it.
take into consideration soak or not?
It just says a weapon with stun deals strain to the target.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that soak does apply in this case.
Okay.
Okay.
So it would be a total of 10. 10 that's applied to it.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. The thing looks, I mean, it's still up, but it looks pretty, like, unsteady on its feet. And it is its go now, and it's going to actually turn to you because you're a threat. It didn't like that loud bang noise, and it's going to rush at you. So it's going to come over here, and it's going to swipe its tail. Does it need to apply any setbacks or anything with armor, or no?
No.
Okay. Okay, so it hits, but that actually only does 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Does at least one wound go through?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to roll a discipline check, or resilience check for 2 difficulty.
All right. Two advantage.
All right, so on top of the damage that you took, take 5 strain. And the creature is done, and now it's player 4 spot.
Okay, so
Okay.
if I move like right here, will that put me in short range?
Yes.
And I have to spend 2 maneuvers to get that far?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take my free maneuver, and then I'll also take 2 strain for the second maneuver.
Okay.
And then I will. Okay, so that gives me 9. And then I'm going to shoot at the creature with my blaster stun setting.
Okay.
So that would be 3, 1. Okay, I think that's right. Yes, right.
Nice.
Very good.
So that would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage, stun damage. Basically the whole point to incapacitate it.
Okay, so the Vornskir slumps to the ground.
Excellent. It's wounded, but it will still be an excellent specimen.
So actually, about that, I need you to make a medicine check.
Vulcan?
Yes.
What medicine check? With what difficulty?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So basically, you're not trying to heal anything. You're examining the creature, and because it's got some weird scars on it. But yeah, it'll just be 2 difficulty on a medicine check. Okay, so you can tell, your educated opinion, this Vornskir's been spayed.
Oh, interesting. The Vornskir spade, so it can't mate, which invalidates it for our mission, although I still want it. Quite an intriguing mystery here, gentlemen.
This creature must not have detected my sensitivity in the Force. Fortunate for me.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I said nothing. I waved my hand in front of his face.
I got 5 intellect. That shit ain't gonna work.
All right, so
I assume you just thought that.
Whose bright idea was
Yes.
putting the Force sensor
Yes,
on?
it was merely a part of my thoughts. Yes. Yes.
all right, so you've got a Vornskir that's been knocked out, but it is a sterile Vornskir, and you still have quite a ways to go to get to the facility. Like, you're not going to get there before nightfall, basically, so you'll still have to make camp out in the wilderness.
How far away have we gotten from the ship?
You're equidistant from the ship, so it'd take another day back.
Oh, damn. Would have at least wanted to put this thing on the ship for my own personal use, if not for the broker.
There must be some valuable stuff we can find on this planet, right? Some delicious spices.
Screw you and your spice. I need specimens, and this Vornskir, while wounded and spayed, is a perfect subject.
Well, I mean, you could take DNA samples.
But I would
Exotic
nothing to
meats
operate
are
on. So
Trying
tempting.
throughout
Fine.
the galaxy.
Hold off, we might find better specimens at the compound. Ones that aren't spayed.
Perhaps, but priority with non-spayed volunteers would be to keep them for the broker. This thing is outside the broker's needs, so it fits perfectly with mine.
If you know a fast lane to the core worlds from here, you can easily get great deal. You can get gobs and gobs of credits for the creatures that we can collect around here that nobody in the core worlds has seen before.
Oh, you actually know that, I mean, this is actually, it's a forested world that is actually in the core region, so it's not completely unknown to people. It's just that it kind of has a bad reputation, especially because of the Zan Consortium moving in, so it's pretty much avoided.
Well, we're in the corporate sector, and most people don't get to see these creatures, let alone taste them and their deliciousness.
You will not eat this specimen while it still holds scientific value, nor will I want to sell it until I've thoroughly explored its mysteries.
Well, I'll give you that.
Regardless, we're a day away from the base and a day away from the ship, so I guess we're at an impasse.
Well, one of the things you can do, you can contact the droid that is waiting at the ship and instruct it to, when you're pretty sure that you're able to take down the, radar and defenses at the base, maybe you can make a short stop here and pick up the animal if you secure it and mark its location.
That is an acceptable solution. Let's tie this thing up and then be on our way.
Really quick, are we going to have an opportunity to recover strain because we're at the end of the encounter?
So actually, and that's a good point, you will be able to, but you're in a very hot, humid environment with like biting insects, so there's going to be ongoing checks against strain as well.
Okay.
So if everyone can actually, thank you for reminding me, do a check now to remove strain. So it's
Cool or
it's a
discipline?
simple check against cool or discipline. So just a 1 difficulty die.
Simple means no difficulty die.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes. So it's no difficulty die.
So it's cool or discipline.
Yeah. And you only apply your successes to the removal of the strain.
Okay, well, it's lucky I have a
Son, this is
talent that lets me recover
great.
1 strain anyways.
All right, cool. So just mark it on the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
But now I need everybody to do a 2 discipline or cool check. 2 difficulty.
2 success and an advantage for joking. Can I use the advantage to remove another?
Sure. And if you succeed, nothing happens. This is actually just resisting conditions of the planet. But if you fail, you take 1 strain.
Okay,
Or
so
for
this
each
is
failure.
against 2. Alright, so I get a threat.
Or sorry, it's failure plus 1 because a tie is a failure. Forgot about that. All right. So you guys now have the Vornskir tied up. You make a secure as possible campsite. I'm going to move you guys over to it. 1 second, though. I really wish Control-C would work with this, but I actually have to go in and put in copy and paste. All right, did your screens change?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And if you go down, you will see some tents in the center, surrounded by black.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Arrange yourselves around the tents, or like, I guess, whoever will be in whatever tent. And you guys need to tell me how you're going to break up your watches throughout the night.
Balkan should probably take up the last watch.
I would say like Balkan and Jokin, and then the other 2, and maybe leave Jasper kind of off the watches to be called as needed for treatment or something
Okay.
like that.
It's a good idea. It's a very good idea, actually.
So if Balkan wants the second watch, then I guess the other 2 are up first, and he and I will catch a little sleep to be ready.
Okay.
Okay.
So who's the first person on watch and who's the last person on watch?
So the first watch, are we going to do it by ourselves or in 2s?
That's another good consideration.
Well, I think
Alternating.
Sean should probably be last watch. Sean is the best able to handle himself when things go crazy.
So, I guess then Shawkin and I forgot how to pronounce the Bothan's name.
Octrum.
Octhren?
Octrum, yeah. Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
They can take the first watch up until maybe midnight, and then
Okay.
they can go to sleep, wake up Balkan and Sean, then they can stay up for the rest of the morning.
Vulcan and Sean. Okay.
Yeah, that would seem fair.
Sounds good. And I'm
Okay,
really
so
just ready to get up and treat people who have been injured. If that
yeah.
needs to be.
And all right, so I need Jockin and Oaktrum to roll a discipline or cool or discipline check against 2 difficulty. Okay, so if you failed, so yeah, just take 1 strain. Jokin, and then now Balkan and Sean, do your rolls against the same difficulty too. Don't even worry about those disadvantages. You succeeded. That's fine. And Sean, I need your roll. Hey, Sean, are you there?
Hey, what's the roll?
It's a 2 difficulty, cool or discipline, whichever one is higher. Whichever one is higher.
All right.
All right. So everyone who had a success, go ahead and wipe strain. You got enough rest. And actually, the night passes by without incident, surprisingly. And you guys make your way towards the base, and it's going to be mostly dark screen for you guys, right? Pretty sure.
Mostly
Yeah,
dark, completely dark.
Okay. So go all the way. It's really large, so you're gonna have to scan out for a bit, but then go all the way
yeah,
to
I see
right. Yeah, and then down a bit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a horseshoe shaped kind of.
Yes, exactly. And I'll add you guys to the screen in just a second here. So you're not actually that close, but you're looking at the base entrance, and so the middle is the actual entrance, but there's like 2 security towers on either side. And you've got the codes for entry, but you know from the data that Dr. Maronia has given you that this facility probably has about 20 guards and half that many scientists, but it's not necessarily that they're all there at the same time because they go on expeditions, they do stuff outside, so you're not really sure, but it would probably behoove you to find some way to gain entry, but then cause a distraction of some sort. So that's what you've got.
Octrim, what do you think about setting some charges at the base of one of these towers to remotely set off once we're inside to cause a little bit of a distraction?
Do you want to completely demolish the tower or just cause enough of a distraction?
The tower also has weapons, so remember, you want to do enough so that you can get your ship to just fly here.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, the whole reason why you couldn't fly here instead of walking this way is because of the radar and the weapons capability of the station.
Hey, you guys are such militarists. I mean, not all bases are full of soldiers. I mean, I'm sure there's more than a few guards in there, but there's got to be a civilian or two, or even an officer or two that they're actually interested in science. This place is in the middle of nowhere. They have to be doing some science out here, right?
Yes, but scientists would have no reason to be in a security tower.
Well, you don't know how dangerous this place is. Do you know where you are right now?
I
Vulcan
know I'm
actually makes a really good
outside
point.
a base.
Well,
I've thrown in my lot with the violent crew. These people might have, they might have not. Either way, I doubt security would let them near security towers.
well, then what we could do is we could set up a fire around the forest and see if anybody tries to go after it.
That's going to be kind of
Yeah.
hard because remember it's right at the start of the wet season, and it was
Oh.
just a big storm. Yeah, I mean everything's really wet, so
Why
that's
don't we
If
set
this
up
is a really
charges?
secure place, I think that's a good idea. We should set up some kind of camp to make them think there's people around here. I mean, obviously we are around here, but they don't know we're around here. But if we make them think that there's people around here and they don't know why there's people around here, maybe their reaction to that will give us some insight into how we approach them.
Well, and they
Okay.
also know that we were coming in behind them to land, and then suddenly we weren't. So either
there's a
they
missing ship. They do know that.
either
They're
don't suspect that we're doing something nefarious and they're out looking for us to try to help us, or they suspect there's something going on and they're ready for us.
We don't know if they are looking for us, though.
Why don't we set up the charges and then perhaps some of us could fake our way in, see where all the civilians are, and just soothe a certain person's morality. Then, once they're clear, we can blow the tower and begin the true diversion.
What time of day is it? Is it during the daytime or nighttime?
yeah. It's well, you already spent the night, so it's
Okay,
it's
so
daytime
it's-
now. Yeah,
Broad daylight. Okay.
it's high noon.
Okay. I don't think that would be. If we do plan to set a charge, it would be better to set it up at night, so we don't get caught.
Yeah.
Then perhaps some of us should seed ourselves into the base earlier. Then build up some confidence.
I was going to suggest exactly that. Maybe 3 of us go into the base and 2 hide in the trees until darkness.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So you guys are basically, it's like, oh, we crash landed, we had to make our way here, that sort of like.
I was
That's
thinking
what's
more
going
we
on?
post ourselves up as scientists who went out on an expedition and returning to the base.
I would happily pose as a scientist. I think I
Okay.
could really fulfill that role.
All right. Well, remember though that there has been reported a ship missing, so that could help your alibi there. Scientists from the missing ship, like, I mean, I don't want to tell you guys exactly what to do, but I'm just
Maybe
saying.
we send in our scientist-oriented folk, being Balkan, Jasper, and Sean, to go pull off we crashed, we walked through the jungle for days to make it here, but we made it. To do a little snooping, kind of get a feel for what's going on inside, and then our pyrotechnician and I can wait for nightfall to see what the next step should be.
Well, as a scientist from the missing ship, I am certainly going to approach the Imperials and advise them that I have in fact survived,
Not
as
Imperials.
well as any number of my comrades that would like to have joined me.
Not Imperials.
Criminal syndicate.
Criminal syndicate, excuse me.
Which helps a lot because they don't wear uniforms.
Yes.
Correct. And so, and actually, I'm going to give all of you have control of Jasper. So whichever way, whatever you guys are doing, like, just go ahead and move him as you'd like. And so what's the plan?
Well, we give our the team that's staying behind a moment to hide in the brush, and then
Yes, anybody that wants to hide should hide.
once they're under cover, the infiltration team will present themselves will just present themselves to the base.
Okay. So everyone who's infiltrating, and move Jasper for me. Put him where you'd like, and hey, who goes there?
It is I, Balkan. We have finally returned from our lost ship, and we seek entry.
Oh, we heard about the ship that got lost during the storm. Like, oh my, how long have you guys been traveling?
Oh, it must have been 2 days at least. The ship was so harried by the storm, we lost track of where we were going.
And what about the supplies?
I had to leave them. You really think I could have carried them here myself? Hell, my fellow here isn't that strong either.
And Jasper's totally blushing in the background.
Sean nods his head in support.
So I need you to do, and actually because everything kind of corroborates, and they can tell you've got the manner of a scientist. I need you to do against, we'll just say 1 difficulty, deception check.
Okay, my deception is that. Okay.
So I'll let Sean, if you want to, we'll say that you're also talking, and you can go ahead and roll 1 boost die, Balkan. We'll say that, you'll have some help through that.
Balkan's mighty intellect not made for deception. Just
Sean kind of fills in some of his scientific technobabble. Well, what we need to do is we have to review. We have to trace
the hyper spanner.
Trace the fault.
So yeah, Balkan, go ahead and just roll 1 boost die by itself.
Oh, I thought you were okay.
Yeah, I mean he's assisting you, but I'm saying that he gives you the.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Let's go trace the fault.
So the guys above are like, well, but then Sean totally speaks up and fills in well, we have the hyperspanner go, blah blah blah, the discombobulator, and they're like, okay, it's too much for them to handle, and so they're like, well, come on in.
Puny minds.
There's a short this wire. We have to trace the fault back to its source.
All right, so you guys are inside. And I'll start uncovering some of this area here.
Oh my, I see you've done up the place.
Oh yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Not a bad job though. So, are you here to continue work on the Vornskers?
Yes, in fact, I was wondering if the last batch of spade Vornskers had been released into the wild.
Oh, yeah, they wanted to see how they reacted with some of the new genetic modifications to them, but yeah, I mean, some of them were tagged, but yeah, not really a lot of good data from them. Well, I mean, you'd have to talk to the techies, but yeah, I don't think anything was really. It looks like that experiment was a bust.
Well,
Sean
that's a shame, but I would still like to oversee the results we had back from that experiment. Could you direct me to a computer terminal?
Oh yeah,
Hey,
absolutely. Oh, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Someone said.
Hey, did you know you're supposed to cut the tails off those things? Where are their tanks? They're
Oh,
probably
I
a
mean,
lot more
we don't
dangerous than
cut
you
off their
realize.
tails before we release them into the wild. What are you talking about?
Balkan's kind of just giving that glare to Sean.
But it doesn't trip any suspicions, and so one of the guys is just like, I mean, here, since you're new, here's a map of the facility. And
Listen, you have to keep these things under wraps because they're very aggressive.
I believe they're well aware of that, Sean. They've been working here.
All right, if you really think you understand how to handle these things, then that's fine. But I really think that I should be allowed to examine these animals.
Yes, please. Allow my research assistant, who I've just freshly hired, to go look at the Vornskers. It would serve as good practice.
Okay, so they direct you to the Vornskers, and the Vornskers are actually located in the southern section, and I'll have that appearing in just a second here. But yeah, you guys see other scientists. They're just like, oh, wow, that's terrible that you got caught out in the wilderness. It's lucky that you survived because there are wild Vornskirs out there as well. And, you know, not just the ones that were sterilized and put back into the wild. And, yeah, so, you know, just random chatter with other scientists. And yeah, that should be most of the facility now.
Yeah, hey, you see, these things aren't so bad when they're in a cage, you know?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you see several Vornskirs in cages and pacing around, and you also see close by the salamander-looking Salamiri as well.
I'm going to look at these and see if they've already been spayed or neutered.
Several of them have been, but you do see one pair that is not.
Oh, perfect. I make note of where these currently are in my mental mind,
Okay.
and then I leave
The
Sean.
less balls, the better.
I leave Sean to do his business while I go over to a computer terminal. A computer terminal in a place that is deserted for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So you're at a deserted computer terminal. Plenty of, you know, it's just an empty office. Doesn't look like it's high security, so.
I'm going to also post Jasper as a lookout, just in case.
Okay. You know, since this map is so big, I'm actually going to say let's just visualize this because I've actually discovered it's really hard to move around the map a lot, but you get the general gist of what the place looks like. But yeah, so Jasper's looking out, and yeah, so what do you want to do at the terminal?
I am going to first get a full technical readout of the base. Not really schematics, but more just equipment, maybe duty rotations, weapons.
Okay. And normally this would be a 4 check, but once again, you have the data pad from Dr. Moronia, and that makes it just 2 difficulty check computers.
All right, and what is Vulcan's awesome computer skills? All right, let's see how that turns out. You gotta be kidding me. With all that, I failed. I'm gonna spend the 2 advantage on no one noticed that.
Okay, that works. No one noticed that. But actually, what I'm going to do though is that I'm finally going to switch one of these, and I'm going to say that computer like shuts down, so no one notices, but it's like it's out.
Damn. Oh, well, I guess it's time to go looking for another computer.
And so, what are the people outside doing now?
Waiting for for night to fall.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we were waiting for them to let us know if we needed to blow stuff up or if we needed to sneak in.
Okay.
Why wait to blow things up? I mean, why not just blow things up?
Well, because if we just walk up to the guard tower with a giant pack of C4 equivalent and blow it up, they'd know probably what we're doing.
I guess.
I'm not that good at stealth. I can't just hide in broad daylight.
So you guys just need to kill some time inside doing, your stuff.
Sciencey stuff.
Yeah. Nerd stuff.
Balkan will have like a seminar series throughout the day. Waxing scientific about all his wondrous discoveries.
What I could do is I could walk around the compound a little bit and see if there are other entrances into them.
You know, that is a good idea. Why don't you do, let's call it, actually,
You know, Sean.
Oh, go ahead.
Sean can get all close to the force cages that are holding these Salamiri, and just kind of lie his head there on the force cages, going, it makes the noises stop. Finally, the noises they're going away.
That's a good one. So whoever was checking out the perimeter,
Oaktrail.
you tell me what skill you want to use and explain the justification for it. We'll go with it. Welcome back.
Dokkan would like to use perception to try to find either, not even just, not only kind of auxiliary entrances and exits, but any potential kind of concealed entrances or exits from the facility.
Okay. It's going to be a 3 difficulty check with that, but I'll give it to you. Yeah. Well done. So I'm just going to say that the concentration and just the humidity and biting insects, you're going to take 2 strain, but you do indeed find another, it looks like an old service entrance that was barred off, but it doesn't look like it was as secured as it should have been.
Fantastic. Where would it be located? Off to the sides of the towers?
It's actually more like closer to the kind of like a wide loop around. So it's within sight of the towers, but ostensibly between a guard shift, you could totally get a crack at that door. And it doesn't have a computer terminal against it. It looks like you would need like either a brawn or a mechanics check to get it open.
Okay. Fantastic.
Great. Is that like over to the north at one of these like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
the hall over there or something?
Yeah, and we'll just abstract it because, like I said, it is crazy moving across this entire big map. So.
Okay.
But yeah, you've got a way in. So how do you, sabotage team, brawn or mechanics? How are you getting in?
I've got pretty good mechanics skills, so I would definitely prefer that.
Yeah, I would use the same, and I would boost him if he needed it.
Okay.
We're aided.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, we can do an
Actually,
assisted check.
Do you want help from the inside? Or we're going to say we can't really communicate?
Yeah, it's going to be a little dicey there because you probably could communicate through, comm links, but that runs the risk of them picking up communication going back and forth.
All right, never mind.
If we know
'Cause
what they're saying, though, then maybe we could use their communication systems to open otherwise inaccessible areas.
Like us snooping on them rather than them snooping on us.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that would.
And whatnot.
Yeah. I'll say that'll need a computer check. It's not going to be too hard. Just 2 difficulty computers to patch into their network.
Well, okay, now on this front, can someone on the inside help them in because I can, like, get to a computer on the inside the base?
I'll say we'll go ahead and say that was part of your plan.
So I guess it'll be a skilled assistance. I can lend you my intellect if you're doing the computer skill.
Oh, I'm going to say just in this case, not exactly, because you can't coordinate without being able to communicate. But one or the other of you can patch in to the link. And I'll say that...
Are we trying to get into the compound right now, or are we just trying to monitor stuff?
They're trying to monitor stuff.
Okay.
But I'll say that once you're able to link up to the comlink network, you'll be able to, with another computer check, and this is something that you would just know because you're a brainiac, but you would be able to create a sequestered, compartmentalized line. Yeah, exactly, a secure channel. Thank you. Gosh, I'm going into technobabble. I didn't even need to. A secure channel. So yes, so 2 computer checks.
Secure.
I guess it could be.
So the first one
Well,
is too difficulty to like link into the network, and another 2 difficulty check.
he and I are kind of
check.
further back in the base. Like, can he assist me in this check? I mean, I'm not sure if it matters, but somebody could get a boost die. I mean, can we kind of work together on this one to
Oh no,
send
the
it
only way that you'll be
to them
able
while they
to
work together?
the only way you'll be able to work together is once the secure line is actually put in place. So Balkan needs to
okay.
get through the 2 computer checks to get that in place.
All right. So I guess I'll just go ahead and roll for that then. 2 difficulty.
Yeah. Mhm.
Finally.
Wow. Take a strain, but you get through it. So you're linked in, and now to create the secure channel.
Okay, let's put the strain in, and then... Aha!
That's the secure line.
I've redeemed myself.
Well done. So you now have a secure line and a way of communicating between both groups, and communication is free.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and then contact the teams. Like, okay, I've used the base's comm channel to make a secure channel. I can coordinate with you on the inside for the moment. Is there anything you need me to do while I'm in this position?
Oaktrim will say that we're going in around the side. We found an open, or what's basically a wide open door that we're going to pass through and try to open. Do you have any schematics for it?
I'll try. I have the door on the base schematics, but I think I might be able to help you more if I go and take a better look at the door itself. So I'll just hook up. I'll stay linked to the channel, but I'll go actually physically over to the door.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll give it.
So yeah, no one really notices. Once again, it's great to be small and unassuming. They're just like, oh, there goes the little nerd, and yeah, you get to the door. So you're on the other side of the door, and it looks like once again, it's like really rusty. It's kind of been forgotten. It's a little bit out of the way, and yeah, so. But it definitely looks like it can be opened once again via mechanics or brawn check.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and try to open up then with a mechanics check.
Can I assist him in that?
Yeah,
it might be better if
absolutely.
I can assist him since it's intellect.
Unfortunately, no. Not in this case. There's no computerized terminal or electronics with this door. Like I said, it's a really old, rusty door. But
Well, I thought this filter would just be neat. Him working on the door while I'm looking at it, and I can see, yeah, here's a weak point here, here's a weak point here.
Well, Sean's just gonna kind of stay at the computer console.
Mhm.
He's just gonna kind of sit there and stay behind while the draw goes up and helps the rest of them with the door.
Okay.
And he's just gonna kind of stay at there and watch the computer terminals and whatnot, and sort of act as a security monitor. If anything kind of comes, in sort of his the security camera's territory, he's going to be able to see most of that, and he is kind of trying to, if anybody walks by his desk or whatever, he's just kind of pretending to be like a contractor or somebody who kind of belongs there but isn't like a part of the official team. You know what I mean?
Right. He's totally gonna do like the alt tab. Oh no, I'm working, boss. I'm working.
We're just doing consortium stuff. Oh yeah, busy doing consortium stuff.
So Balkan, you know what? You've convinced me. Yes, I will let you both assist on this check. So the power of your mind and the power of muscles combined. So I'm going to give 2 boost die to whoever's doing the mechanics check to get that thing open.
Okay.
Well, I was recommending a skilled assistance.
Oh, okay. So, I see what you mean. Okay. So, yes, this will be a skilled assistance check. So, when you roll mechanics, you're actually going to take Balkan's characteristic. So, you'll have. What is your mechanics level?
My mechanics level is 2.
2. So, you're going to do
rolling.
2 yellow and 3 green, because now you're a characteristic.
Because I'm a draw.
Right.
Okay.
And then you're actually going to get unskilled check from, because there's someone else outside also helping you, right?
Right, and I've got my base mechanics check is it's 2 yellow and a green.
2 yellow and a green. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not going to override the check or the skilled assistance that he's getting, but I will give you a boost die for
Okay.
it. So
And what am I going to be rolling against?
you're going to be rolling against just 2 purples.
Okay. Well, if this doesn't go through, there's something wrong. Okay. So 3 success and 2 advantage.
Okay, you get it open. Good job, guys.
You missed a
So-
boost, but irrelevant.
Oh. Yeah, I guess so.
Sorry, my cat's going wild over here. Get out of the way, cat.
That was a sound effect for the door. Wow, what did you do to that door?
Well, it is rusty.
All right, so now you guys have gained entrance, and oh my God, sorry, I need to get my cat out of the room.
Okay, so we're all inside at this point, but the base is still pretty much on alert. So I wasn't able to get into the computer system, so I could try that again.
All right, I'm back.
The sentries.
All right, so everyone's inside the base, and it's getting close to sunset has come. You also have a secure channel back to the droid, and so N1 M3 is like ready when you are.
Okay. I'm going to spitball this plan to my crewmates, and I'm going to say I'm going to try my hand at the computers again to hack the sentries and have them turn on the consortium, while the rest of you go and retrieve the Salamiri and Vorskir pairs. There are
Hey.
2. There's a perfect number of them in this location, and I tell them where I last saw where they were contained.
Oh,
If he can
also,
send a message, if he can send a message to Sean, can Sean help him from his terminal to hack into the turrets?
yeah, yeah, you guys totally have a secure channel. You're pretty much even, physically apart. You guys are totally in communication with each other, as well as the droid. The droid reminds you, this ship has weapon capability if I can approach safely with the weapons offline at the station.
Well, why just turn them off when you can have them turn on their owners? So much more fun.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And also another thing, another freebie I'll give you is that you can actually control security doors. Once you passed into the system, they had a bunch of fail-safes in case the Vornskiers got out. So there are tons of doors that you can actually lock so that you can actually compartmentalize the entire station.
Oh, perfect. Then I lock all the doors that don't block a path to the cages.
Okay, so I'm saying, just let me know when you're ready to do that, because that is when the alarm is going to go off.
Oh, okay.
'Cause-
All right. So
Yeah.
first the sentries, then lock people out. Got it.
okay.
Yeah, make sure we're
So-
protected first.
All right, so the computer check for the sentries, these are a little bit more secure, is going to be 3.
Okay, so I have my skill, and then just what is Sean's computer skill?
Sean's is 1.
Well, my computer skill's better, so I guess I'll just get a boost from that.
You probably have better intellect and
Intellect
computer.
5, skills are at 2.
Yeah, so you're better at both than
Yeah,
than
so
Sean.
just a blue
So
boost die.
just a boost die, I think.
Yep. Okay. Now, do I want to be completely obscene and use our destiny point to make that 3 yellow, 2 green? Nah. Watch me regret that. Nope, don't regret it.
Okay, so the sentry guns totally turn on each other at the 2 towers and start firing at each other. So all of a sudden, you start hearing people yell out, "What the fuck?" And
Sounds like
all
the
hell is
perfect
breaking
time to
loose.
lock them in.
So, yeah. People are yelling, and now you need to do a 3 security check to start locking doors.
And I assume Sean still gives me that boost.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, Sean is still tapping away at his computer swordfish style, trying to keep the cubes together.
Ha!
Okay, so
I like
You
all
gotta
the
try
doors forever.
that you got a triumph on that, and I'm just going to say, look, I'm just going to do this. You on the security monitors saw an entire group of soldiers moving towards the Vornskir cages to secure them because they obviously knew what was up. And the door with that triumph slammed right in their face, and now you've got a beeline to the cages, and there is no opposition at all. So
Perfect.
Fantastic. Let's run over there.
okay, so you guys run over there. N1M3 has started up the ship, and the droid has noted the location of the Vornskir that you had, tied up. But do you want him to stop there, or to continue to where you are and pick up the Vornskir after?
Continue to us.
Yes, pick it up after.
Okay.
Now, how many guards did we see running towards the Vornskir cages?
You actually saw what looked like, I'll just tell you, looked like a captain and 8 security guards with him.
Okay. On that blast door that's protecting the Vornskirs, I'm going to set a detonation charge.
Okay.
If we can't have them, nobody can.
No. You guys actually, the way that, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't explain that correctly.
Oh.
That Triumph gave you guys, like, he shut all the doors that gave the Zan Consortium guys access, but you guys have total access.
So we can.
I mean, in other words, you just
We can
avoided.
get them and leave unmolested.
You avoided.
Yeah, so we can just take the animals. We just need 2 mating pairs, guys. Like that's what we need. Let's get out of here.
Yep, you guys totally have them. The ship is on the way. The radar is still up, but I'll just say it doesn't matter. Like, the sentry guns have destroyed each other.
I just want to blow something up. It's
Okay,
my
yeah,
duty,
that's-
it's my duty to
I
sabotage
like the
things.
idea.
Okay.
It's my duty to
And-
sabotage stuff.
Jasper just says one thing, though. Like, what about the research journal?
Ah, damn it, he's right. In my genius, I forgot that we needed to get her research data. Quickly, you go with the Vornskir in the asylum area. I'll try and fish it out of the computer.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to do a 3 difficulty check to retrieve the data that was stored at this facility that relates to.
Sean, you still want to help?
I might be better suited to help. I have 4 intellect and 2 computer skill.
5 intellect, 2 computer, so you can just provide me with a boost.
Okay, so it wouldn't make a difference.
Mr. Smarty Pants. the draw's like, oh, I've got
Well,
something.
hey, if you
Smarty
punch
pants
me,
around
watch how
here.
quickly I go down, but I know my way around a computer.
Alright.
Okay,
God, I was like,
I am getting a
the
boost from one of you.
smartest in my college dorm, but you little fuzzballs. Nothing compared to you little fuzzballs.
So, at least one of you is willing to stand by a computer and help me out?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'll get a boost from that, and it's a 3 difficulty dice.
Yes.
I mean, I guess I could too. I don't know if I can provide an extra boost. I need to.
All right, take a strain. The stress of the timing and everything, but you do get her original
Getting this
research.
bitch's research.
So yes, and you've downloaded it to your datapad. You can hear the roar of a ship's engines closing in, and yeah. So I'll just let you guys. I mean, good job. You guys have won. I'll let you describe how it goes out from here. And from here on out, all checks, you got them. If you want to blow stuff up, just tell me how it happens.
Well, I'd like to destroy their research, so that way nobody can get credit for it except for the woman who actually did the most of it. So I'd like to set a detonation charge in one of the rooms
Okay.
and blow it
Done.
to high hell.
Okay.
All right.
So you
with
said
the-
detonation charges you guys have on grav lifts that were just right there by the cages, because they do like move these animals around a lot. You've got 2 Vornskir, a male and female, and you have 2 Salamiri as well, and they totally fit into like a little pack. They're very small salamander type creatures, and the droid gets the ship pretty close. Obviously, there's no resistance, and you guys are able to enter. And as you guys fly off with your cargo, the detonation charges start to go off, and you blow this facility like all over the place. Well, you destroy the research because there are some innocent people here. So I'll shut up. You describe what happens. Saboteur.
Oh, yeah, there's a detonation charge that just goes off in one concentrated room with all the computers.
Okay,
But since no one was in there,
okay,
because we locked all the doors, nobody got hurt.
right, that's true.
Yeah.
So very surgical demolition strike against this research.
Yes. But it is sufficiently sabotaged to set them back quite a bit in their research.
Oh yeah, they totally lost it.
Yeah.
Totally lost it. And so you guys, are able to make it out. Everything well done. So I hope you don't feel shortchanged by the combat that was avoided, because I know that sometimes people are like, no, I want combat, but that was a triumph. So I was like, those doors went down exactly the right way that you needed.
If you really wanted to, you could have just, blown them up with your explosives.
But then what would have my massive door handling skills would have gone to?
but then I would have to say, stop that. I'm a moral person. I don't agree with you doing that. You don't have to blow up those doors. Just leave them alone.
All right, so you guys get back to Cornet without incident.
Do I have my specimen?
Oh yes, and you did stop and get your specimen as well.
Prep the operating table.
Okay, so you have a specimen, and you guys got between the 5 of you, because I am counting Jasper for this, but you received a reward of 8,000K split evenly between all of you. So 8K divided by 5. And
1,500.
And you also hit all the milestones that you needed to, so you got the base 20 XP, but then the team also gained 1 bonus XP for Dr. Balkan's excellent RP, so good job, and 1 bonus XP for your great plan in terms of getting through the side door, getting the secure channel, all of that. And I'll even give 1 more bonus XP for a total of 23 XP for the combination of the sequence of shutting all those doors and then blowing all the research up to high hell. So good job, guys. And play the
Congratulations all around on a successful job done.
dun
Let's
dun
hope
dun
that Salonian
dun.
is gotten out of a bar so I can see if I can't repair her tarnished reputation.
I need to get some of those glowing drinks now.
Yeah, I'll head everyone back to downtown to see what the hell they put in those drinks.
Yeah, okay, so it's a party in Salonia town, and a bunch of the regulars totally recognize you. They thank you for, kicking those off-world Solonians out. And, even some of them are like, I know that we've had tensions, like, Solonians on Corellia and humans on Corellia, but you know what? We've got a lot more in common with you than we do with those Solonians from off-world. They're so stuck up.
Oh, did the dear doctor can return her research notes and tell her I've got a nice foreign skier we can both work on?
Oh, she cries with joy, and and she totally wants to, and also as part of the information that you found, information that also implicated the Zan Consortium in the smear campaign against her that proves that she did not, in fact, perform experiments on other Solonians.
And everything went happily ever after.
The off-world Solonians, they don't get it. They should all get punched in the face.
Is that drunk Sean talking?
All the Solonians have their heads right up their asses.
Sean's trying to fit in with the Solonians.
There you go, with a glowing drink crowd. So I'm going to cut the broadcast, but before everyone leaves, I just want to do like a quick, just like after, mission discussion and whatnot. But yeah, for anyone who's watching, thanks for watching, and hope to do this again sometime. Bye.